256. What's up?
Hey, we were talking about the World War III stuff earlier.
Yeah, go ahead.
You need to really stop fear-mongering. If I want to, hear fear-mongering, I'd listen to Alex Jones.
Oh, yeah? How is it fear-mongering? I'm stating facts. What's happening in Pakistan right now? A verge of a coup. What's happening in Iraq? A verge of civil war. What's happening in Iran? We're on the brink of war with them. What's happening in Palestine, Israel? They're on the brink of war. What's happening in the Arab Spring? The whole goddamn region is in disorder. What else do you want me to say? Africa is about on the verge of disorder because of all kinds of things, not just geopolitical, but health and natural resources, so on and so forth. So what the hell are you talking about fear-mongering? What's your excuse? What's your optimistic view there, you milky liquor?
Like I said, man, I just don't want to listen to Alex Jones.
Shut up. Exactly. Just sit there and shut up. All right? You want me to sugarcoat everything, huh?
Everything's going to be okay, all right? Everything's going to be just great. As a matter of fact, let's just all have a brew. Let's just do that right now. As a matter of fact, let me pour my brew into my glass so we can be Mr. Optimistic. All right? Here we go. Look at this. Oh, yeah. That's it. Nothing like a nice, good brew here. That's perfect, guy. That's perfect. And you know what? This is going to be optimistic radio for the next 10 minutes. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be optimistic radio. So let's go ahead and be optimistic like this asshole wants me to be, and everybody wants me to be. Optimistic. Okay? Let's go to the next subject matter, shall we? We were talking about North Korea and how Kim Jong-il Jr. has criticized Kim Jong-un as a potential symbol, and moreover, North Korea is on the brink of collapse. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Costa Cordita, whatever the hell it's called. Let's talk about that disaster over there off the coast of Italy. Wasn't that sad? It was sad. Yes, it was. But, there's some optimism to be said here. I mean, even amidst tragedy, we saw the human potential just literally to unfold in the midst of instant action once that horrible tragedy unfolded off the coast of Italy. We saw human ambition and human endeavor go into the waters. I mean, they went as far as blasting a hole into the side of the damn vessel to get these people out. And that's what I'm talking about optimism. I'm talking about human condition, human passion. That's what I'm talking about. And we're Mr. Optimism here. So since the last caller wanted optimism, that's what we're talking about. I know that we suffered an Italian vessel crash off of the coast of Italy, but it showed the human compassion and what the human spirit would do whenever human beings are being subjected to any kind of pain and misery. So I want to hear what you have to say. This is Mr. Optimism. Area code 508.
I'm feeling very optimistic about this too. I think everything's going to be just fine. I think that My Little Pony's a wonderful show, and that we should all just watch that.
Well, I don't know about My Little Pony being a great show, but I can just sense the optimism in you, and I can sense the optimism of all the people in this chat room and all the people that are out there listening in. I can feel their optimism. I can feel their energy coming in through this fiber optically connected world that we call the internet. I mean, I can feel it running through my leg. I mean, it's beautiful. Anyway, we were talking a little bit about this little unfortunate incident relating to Carnival Cruises off the coast of Italy. And I know it's a horrific tragedy. I know that people died in this horrific incident. And but we can look upon this as something positive, as a positive for the human beings that were out there that saw and witnessed this tragedy. They went into the water selflessness and just went in there and saved the people in the Costa Cornodia, or whatever the hell it's called. Anyway, this is Mr. Optimism. What else do we have here? 571. 571. Oh, look, somebody's just afraid to talk. It's okay to talk on the broadcast because we're all optimistic here. That's what we are. We're all optimistic, and everything will be okay. 530, you're on the air.
Dose, what's wrong, bro? It sounds like you've been taking estrogen up the ass.
Well, that's just inappropriate talk right there, young man. What I'm doing is I'm being optimistic, like the last caller suggested I be. Optimistic about absolutely nothing. Even though we're on the brink of World War III and we're going to hell in a handbasket, doesn't matter, because human compassion is still there. It's still there because we're still giving out entitlements to those that are hungry. We've got people that are out there that are being helped by other human beings, even though those human beings are doing absolutely nothing to contribute to human civilization. But it's okay because we're optimistic. You get that, 530? You get it?
No, I don't get it. Can you talk normal, please? It's sounding irritating.
That's what I'm... Yeah, right. You're talking fruitier than me, guy, all right? You're talking fruitier than me. Don't sit over there and try to back talk, all right? This is Mr. Optimism here. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about optimistic perspectives. All right? That's what we're talking about. Optimism. 440, you there?
R.I.P. Kim Jong-il. Fuck all those goddamn niggers in Africa. Let them starve.
Oh, that's a shame. You know, you can tell that's bad parenting right there, and it's really unfortunate that young man has to resort to such derogatory type linguistic. But you know, folks, as we listen to the disdain in that young man's voice, we have to tell ourselves that behind that voice of disdain, behind that voice of disgust, there's a soul. There's a young man crying out for help. It's somebody that has been ousted by their parents or possibly abused by their parents, or somebody that has been ousted by society for whatever reason. And as a result, his direct consequence is to act out in this kind of boisterous nature. So let's just calm down, okay, Guy? Everything will be okay. 516.
Hey, Ghost.
Hi.
You know what? What the hell was I going to say? Oh, yeah. It's not exactly too related to the topic, but I have some information on SOPA that you might want to know.
Well, unfortunately, fellow, we're not talking about SOPA at this point in time. Maybe the next time we talk about SOPA, you can call in and give us all the 411 that you have on your brain there, okay? Thanks a lot, pal. This is Mr. Optimism here in Optimism Radio. We're taking calls here, all right? That's what we're doing, all right? This is a Taco Tuesday edition of it, and, you know, I just feel great right now. Area code 307. I'm sorry, we can't understand you. I don't know if we're having some kind of a bad connection of sorts, but you're more than willing to call back in. 325. Oh, another person that's scared to talk. You know, I understand whenever anybody's put on the spot, everybody has a little bit of fear. They have the butterflies in the stomach, but you have to conquer that and realize that there's no way to get ahead in life with being just somebody who doesn't speak or say or express themselves in some kind of a creative or explicit fashion. So let's continue going, shall we? 570.
Hey, it's me. I'm the one that's been trolling you. It's awfully swell.
Well, I'm glad that it's swell for you. I mean, it's obvious that there's nothing much going for your life other than sputtering out a sentence fragment that barely any of us can understand because you're inarticulate and uneducated. But that's not your fault. I mean, we can attribute that to a bad childhood, bad upbringing, public education system, that sort of thing. So it's okay, all right? It's going to be okay. I know that you have a lot of vented anger that you want to project towards those that aren't angry, but you're not going to get me angry. You're not going to get me angry. This is Mr. Optimism. Area code 208.
Yeah, I was just wondering, this is for ideas for ending or World War III before it even begins. Do you think exterminating the bronies would be a good idea?
No, I don't think that would be a good idea, and I understand your disdain for the bronies, but you have to understand the bronies are trying to express themselves in a creative way, in a way where society has otherwise subjected or subjugated their particular personal perspectives. So as a result, the brony idea is nothing more than an outcry for one's personal expression that has been subjugated by socioeconomic pressures. So for you to sit over here and make that nonsense about, oh, well, Brony's this and Brony's that, the Bronies are doing nothing more than just expressing themselves on a basis of sociality and yet pop culture basis, if you will. 337.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Sorry, I didn't know it was me. Okay, I just want to say one thing. Red Tail's the best movie I have never seen.
Well, unfortunately, we're not talking about that right now. I know that, maybe you have some things that you want to amplify that's on your little noggin. Right now, we're not discussing that. That's not what we're discussing. This is Mr. Optimism here. We were talking about that horrific crash off of the coast of Italy of that Carnival vessel. But now we're going to talk about the Occupy protesters that are going to be in Washington, D.C. Yeah, the Occupy Wall Street protesters that literally wasted the time of individuals that were just actually trying to go to and from work every day. These people that were, camping out and turning parks into subterranean, biohazard garbage holes with excrement and other bodily fluids just freely flowing out there. These individuals are now in Washington, D.C., attempting to transition their debate from the Washington greed concept now to the powerful Washington, D.C. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But, Occupy Wall Street, Occupy whatever it is, I think that what you really need to do is you really need to look in the mirror and say to yourself, who am I occupying? I'm occupying Wall Street. I'm occupying Washington, D.C. I need to occupy myself. I need to occupy my soul. I need to figure out what direction in life I'm going. I mean, I can't just sit here and wither away like some useless human being. I have to be able to understand that this brain, this concept of free will that has been given to me by nature, it should be utilized to benefit the civilization that has put forth modernity as the reality, Anyway, we're almost out of time here, and this is Mr. Optimism. I want to talk a little bit about Tim Tebow craze. I don't know. I don't want to talk about him right now, but I also want to talk about Martin Luther the King Day, but I think we've ran out of time. So what I want to do is I actually want to talk a little bit about the individuals that are listening in out there that are troll terrorists. I want to talk to some of these people. I want to go head-to-head with them right now. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some calls, and I want to understand the mental capacity around why you troll this broadcast. Area code 760.
My granddaughter, this despicable whore.
Yeah, well, let's not go there. I know that you're actually thinking you're accomplishing something by, splicing a couple of audio files together, but it actually shows that A, you have no life, B, have no girlfriend, and C, obviously have more of an ignorant self-perspective of putting your energies into useless concepts that aren't going to make you any money and are just wasting your time on getting lulls from unadulterated jerk dicks that are probably chafing their penises to pornographic material. Let's go calling somebody else. Who else do we have here? We have area code, let's take a Skype caller. How about that? Let's take a Skype caller. How about Yoshimitsu?
Ghost, you fucking uncultured prick dick. Bamboo.
Yeah, I know. I know it's hard for you to concoct anything more than a sentence fragment. But it's okay, all right? You need to blame your mother and father for that type of neglect. It came out in a study recently that babies actually observe the mouths of parents that talk to them. And you see, in today's modern America, parents don't talk to their children anymore. They dump them off on an illegal alien child care provider in front of a boob tube or a violent video game. And they expect these types of devices to raise their children into actual, legitimate, law-abiding human beings. So it makes no coincidence that you are reacting in such a horrific manner. Anyway, we got 347.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
So I want to talk about North Korea. Is that all right?
No, unfortunately, we're not talking about North Korea right now. I'm sorry.